Hey, 3D MJers, this is Coach Brad Loomis. A short while ago, I had to undergo surgery to repair bilateral inguinal hernias. That's when the visceral fat that's inside your abdomen starts protruding outside your abdomen, just above your pubic bone. I could not train for 4 weeks after the surgery, and for an additional 2 weeks, I could not train with anything greater than 20 pounds. It was painful and seemed ridiculous to be doing hundreds of reps with 20 pounds, but I could not wait to get rolling again. Now I'm starting back to what could be considered normal training, but it's still a fraction of what I could do. I don't care if it takes me 8 months or 8 years. I'll get back to where I was eventually, and hence why I'm calling this Rebuilding Brad. Hey, 3D MJers, Coach Brad Loomis here. The rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. I am here alive in the flesh. Alive and kicking. I won't say strong, as you heard in the intro. Trying to build back up again. And so, while the rumors of my death are greatly exaggerated, the rumors of how weak and futile that I am right now are not. And so, that's the purpose of this whole series of vlogs. And it's more so for me than anything. But I know that there's a lot of folks out there that are in, kind of my same position, and either they're dealing with injury or a long layoff or something like that, and maybe I can help them out. And so yeah, I'm going to document that here, and more importantly, I'm hoping to turn this into somewhat of an entertaining vlog / rant, about what it is that we're passionate about. And that's weightlifting, bodybuilding, strength sports, coaching, programming, etc. Right? A little bit of a tangent here. One of my very favorite personalities to listen to is a gentleman by the name of Mike Florio. And for those of you who are football fans, Mike Florio is one of the hosts of Football Night in America. He also has the Pro Football Talk Live radio and simulcast on NBC every morning. And I love listening to that man. It's probably because we're close to the same age, and a lot of the things that he talks about are akin to when I was a kid. And probably all of you guys don't want to really hear this, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it anyway, because it has to do with what I hope to accomplish in this vlog. And that man, he is so flippin' compelling. He is so interesting. He can talk about stuff that's got nothing to do with football, and he does it in such a way that I'm just enthralled. And obviously there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of listeners that are like me and just love listening to the man just talk about almost nothing for 15 minutes of his morning radio show. And then, of course, the other 90 minutes of football. And so that's kind of what I hope to talk about here. The guy doesn't do anything fancy. He doesn't do things for clickbait. He doesn't do things for show. He doesn't really do anything other than he's very, very passionate about football, and he loves talking about it. And that's what I hope to do here, is to talk about bodybuilding and weight training and programming and powerlifting in such a way that it's nothing fancy, it's nothing flashy. It's just something I'm passionate about, and I love to talk about, and I hope that it's very entertaining. And so we'll probably see lots of interesting and hopefully compelling rants as I go through this. But for the immediate future, I'm just going to quickly go over what I've done since my surgery. It's nothing fancy. It's almost embarrassing, the things that I've had to do. But at the same time, I was itching to get rolling, itching to get back in the gym, itching to start training. And so I did what I was allowed to do, and I slowly went from there. And I'm finally at a point now to where I feel like my strength levels that I do currently have are representative of what I'm doing, even though it's still a fraction of what I've been doing. So enjoy. Here we go.
All right, 3D MJers, this is a spreadsheet that I use to track all of my training. And this first little bit of information here in these cells, microcycle 1 and microcycle 2, I'm not even going to go over these. They're kind of almost laughable, what, I was doing, but I was building, right? And this week of training that I'm going to cover is this week here, microcycle 3, okay? Now, first of all, my sheet here tracks volume by body part. So this section right here, that I'm going to turn yellow briefly, that is all leg volume. And then right underneath that, this section here that I'm going to turn yellow is all chest volume. So my sheet here, you can see, you go right on down the line. Here's delt volume, etc., etc. Okay. It tracks everything. And then down here at the bottom, it gives you kind of a weekly total for both tonnage and total repetitions. Now, the way that I get business done throughout the week, you're going to about to see, is that I essentially do a whole body workout every day. Okay. And so in this first workout that I'm going to show you here today, it involves the trap bar deadlift. As I'm doing these, I'm going to kind of turn them, kind of bright green for you guys. Then it's a flat dumbbell bench press. Then after that, it is I believe it's an upright row. And then, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a straight arm pull down, and etc., etc., etc. So in the coming weeks, as I, kind of mark things off for you, kind of keep that in mind. I track things by volume here on the sheet. But then I do things just kind of whole body every day. And then by the time the end of the week comes, all these exercises are usually done. Obviously, in this case, this triceps work didn't get done. My bad. So anyway, this sheet will also track average intensity on each body part. I'll turn those red for you here. And so you can see as the weeks go on, they go up. Comparing, week 3 to week 4 here, where I'll turn in yellow for you to see. And that's kind of my intent right now. My intent is for all of these weeks to basically have those numbers just go up, minus a deload. And I can track everything here to make sure that that's all happening. Because obviously some things I can go up in, like here's a pull down here. If I compare this two loads, I can compare and see that I got heavier there. But then some things don't, go up. Like a lot of this band work that I'm doing, I can't go up and load on those. But as long as these average loads for the body part are going up, I'm happy. And I don't really care what volume, as far as tonnage and repetitions, that I track here. They're going to go down. They have to, but I don't really care, because at this point, I'm just interested in getting my strength back and getting back to the numbers that I was at before. So if you like this sheet, let me know. You can email me at bradloomis@3dmusclejourney.com, and I'll be happy to send you this sheet if you think that it would be useful. I'm still working on, instead of the sheet tracking total repetitions here, I'm hoping to bring this sheet more up to date, with the strength and muscle pyramids. And in that particular book, we track by sets, which I actually like a lot better for obvious reasons. The whole team does. But I have yet to figure out how to track individual sets. You almost have to count. You have to have a macro in Excel and specifically here in Google Sheets that counts the number of cells that have anything in them, and then add up those total amount of cells, and then get a number over here for the number of sets that you're doing. So if anybody has any insight into how I might count sets per body part, that being legs, chest, etc., and then it adds it up here instead of repetitions, message me, leave a comment below, whatever. But that's how I track my volume. Again, we're going to go over this week here. And let's go ahead and get to it.
All right, one of the things that I'm going to be doing in this vlog is touching on ways that I know that I can improve my technique. This dumbbell row this first week back was basically terrible. I was limiting the range of motion by keeping this shoulder way up here, not even allowing any drop of it. So I made note of that this week. Essentially, I want to get that shoulder down on every single repetition to get full range of motion. Just like I did on this very first repetition right here. Found a way to do it, and we're going to go back to back this week. We're going back on the road. We're in the division they don't want any part of us, okay? Watch the tape on your own, and you just earn your first victory Monday. One thing that's going to be a staple in my program, especially for my back, is all of this band work. And specifically, a lot of myo reps. And so I just take the band, I'm going to wrap it around, some object, some immovable object a couple of times. I'm going to be doing lots of pull downs, and rows, and like you see here, straight arm pull downs. And I'm going to try to get more repetitions, but if I can't, so be it. It'll all stay the same. And all I note is that the rest of the program is going to be going the direction that I want it to.